Well, let's go and get into the outdoors. For some, they love getting out into the outdoors. Usually we fall into two categories. You won't sleep anywhere less than a 4-star hotel, or you love the outdoors and love camping. Many choose camping to feel calmer, more balanced. Sometimes it's to switch off from the devices and all of those notifications at all times of the day and night. And others do it to connect with others and or nature. Psychology consultant and author Dr. Jo Lukens is with me now. Good morning.
Good morning, Susan.
So why are more Australians seeming to turn to camping or glamping as a mental reset?
I think what we're finding is that people are seeking simple. That we do have lives that feel very full. There's plenty of things happening. There's lots of things to take our attention, and we can find ourselves feeling a little bit, I don't know if it's a dramatic, but a little bit frenzied at times perhaps.
Yes.
Might be. There's constant bombardment of tech and information and so forth. So I guess camping can potentially be the opposite of that.
Yeah,
for all the things that you said in the introduction, it's a really meaningful way to unplug. And as you said, so many Australians know that because it's been part of their lives forever. But it's interesting to see that some of the new research that's coming out is also reinforcing what we already know, that time outdoors really does help us to reset emotionally and build our resilience.
It's so true, isn't it? Because we are expected to sort of be on all of the time, or at least available all of the time. So how can camping, if we love camping, affect our mental health and our mood?
Well, that actually is a good point, isn't it? Because depending on how you feel with the camping, if you've been forced to go on a camping trip, it may not actually reduce your anxiety, it may increase it. But we do know that it has the potential there to reduce some of the stresses, lowers our cortisol, which is what is related to stress within the body. It helps us promote happiness and production of serotonin, which are all those things that we seek when we're looking to enhance our mental health. And people just generally report feeling calmer, they feel more content. And we know that the other thing that can happen is, as long as there isn't sort of too many cicadas or noises out there, that it can really help with things such as our sleep. So we can often sleep much better in the great outdoors.
Yeah. What are some of the benefits of unplugging in particular from technology while camping? Sometimes I feel like people deliberately go camping just so that they have a reason to say, well, you can't contact me because I don't have reception.
And it makes perfect sense, doesn't it? Because I think what it does is, if you think about what our minds can do, we can think forward, we can think back, and we can think in the moment. So future focused, past focused, and being in the present. And camping really does tend to, a lot of people will say, slows you down, keeps you in the moment. It's really just about what will we do between now and the next cup of tea. It's those sorts of things. There's the whole range of things that we can potentially look at when we're camping. But it's the conversations, it's the activities that might go with the camping, whether you're fishing or you're by a creek or wherever it is that you are. So it really allows us to connect in the moment with what's happening around us.
Camping can also provide some challenges.
Yes.
Which is maybe a good thing, maybe not a good thing. How can we overcome them?
Yes, so we know that, there can be disruptions, and there can be, things that can go wrong. The weather might not be quite what we planned. We might not have the gear. Something might break. So I guess what it does is it allows us to help us with our flexibility and calm our
resilience.
Resilience. I know we had it wasn't quite a camping trip. We were in a combi van around Hawaii once, and our family mantra was, it's all part of the adventure. So when you were having one of those moments, that's what you had to say, because I did remind my family that it wasn't the cheapest of trips. So so complaining was not allowed to be part of it. But I guess what we do is we navigate our way through some of those challenges and problem solve together and work our way through them. So, there's life skills in all of that.
Yes, you can't AI or Google your way out of things. You've got to MacGyver them, as I like to say.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're hearing from author and psychology expert Dr. Jo Lukens. So how does time in nature benefit children and young people in particular?
Yeah, great. It's a great environment. It's a great learning and teaching environment. It can really help with things such as confidence. And what I love about it is it really helps to inspire curiosity. We wonder about things. We go off on little hunts and adventures to find things. And you see that particularly in younger people when they're in these kinds of environments, which are quite novel. It's not where we find ourselves in our day to day. So any of those sort of programs that immerse kids and children in nature have really been shown to help build resilience and those long-term boost to well-being, and it's something that we know we can always go back to because we can remember those great camping trips. Hopefully we had them when we were kids.
Got to find the good sticks, which trees develop the good sticks, a lot of sticks in particular.
You can't just cook your marshmallow on anything, really, can
exactly.
It's got to be the right one.
That's the big takeaway from this. So can one camping trip really make a difference though to our well-being, do you think?
Look, I think it can. I think it has flow-on effects, and even what the research shows is that even a single trip can have increased benefits in terms of feelings of relaxation and that reduced mental fatigue. It just takes away some of the load. So we know regular trips, obviously it makes sense if we can fit those into our lives, and depending on how organised we are when we go away on these trips. But we do know they can make a difference for well-being, and there's certainly something that families can think about, and it might be, depending on your circumstances, that it might be from an economical perspective, one of the cheaper ways to have a holiday rather than go to the 5-star resorts and so forth.
Social connection is a big part of the camping experience. Talk us through that a little more.
Well, I think what we do in these camping trips is we're creating memories is a big part of what we're doing, and we share these experiences, and whether we are sitting around a campfire or whether we're fishing in the creek or whatever it might be that we're doing, it provides us the opportunity to spend time together, to do the activities, to solve the problems if the problems arise, but then it gives us the memories and the conversations after the trip ends. So we know that it brings, if you're going with a large group of people, it brings together that sense of community, but even within a family unit, it can be, and a small family unit, it might not be the whole family, but maybe it's, parents and a child. It does give that bonding opportunity, which is really, really helpful for us in terms of our well-being.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Who would have thought that a little camping trip could have so much benefit potentially for you and your family? Thank you very much for being with me this morning, Dr. Jo.
Thanks, Susan.
Before I let you go, what was your favourite toy growing up?
I've been thinking about that all morning, and I had a few, but I had a doll's house, and it was almost like my memory of it. What was it really? Who knows? But it was almost like it was like an Elizabethan style doll's house, where the front of the house opened up. It was on hinges, if you can imagine that, with little clips. So, and I think Dad even set it up with lights in it. So it was very fancy, but I just thought it was the best thing ever. So I have very fond memories, and I am very sad that we don't still have that within our family. Yes,
there are. It's been lovely to see quite a few people this morning talking about how something that they've had as a youngster, they've been able to hand down or create their own as a family heirloom.
Yeah,
quite a few rocking horses and things like that.
It's wonderful.
Lovely to have those memories. Dr. Jo, thank you very much for being with me this morning on ABC Radio Queensland.